What's up, fam? Extraordinary Life with Elijah, and Merry Christmas to you. You're watching this on Sunday, December 24th, 2023 at 10:50 a.m. MST. In order to understand why drinking a Mike's Hard Cranberry Lemonade makes sense at 8 a.m., we're gonna need to rewind a little bit. On February 28th, 2019, I had some breakfast, coffee with a friend, was getting ready for the day at work, was driving along Huffine, and Emmett was walking along the edge of Huffine, battling with the snow. The snow is all packed up on the side of the road. Little thunder. Wowzers. The snow is all packed up on the side of the road, and so he was having a hard time walking along Huffine, but was trying to get down to the rest stop at the end of 19th Street in order to stay warm. So I pulled over, asked him if I could give him a ride, but his little camp was right here on the corner of Huffine and Fowler, right across from Rosauer. So he'd done his research and found that he could stay on this land. It was, I think he said, public land. So he had his little camp and was staying right here in this little grove of trees. So they're developing this land now, and so when I started seeing all the trees were cut down, I didn't get out here soon enough, but all of his stuff was still here in the middle of this area. And God reminded me of what he had told me. There's still some stuff you can still see. Here's a little cooler lid, a can there of some kind. Here's like a sock maybe? Ugh. I don't know if I want to pull that out or not. Oh, here's a flashlight. Oh, sweet. Bottle cap. Oh. Good hygiene. Make sure you floss your teeth every day, kids. Starting to rain. Time to head back to the gas station. As Emmett and I drove along, I got myself a little bit of an education. I asked him what his experience was like here in the Bozeman area as being a bum. That was a mistake. He said, I'm not a bum, I am a hobo. There's a big difference. I didn't know that there was a difference between hobos and bums. There are. He said a bum is somebody who just sits around and panhandles, asks for handouts. But he said a hobo, there's honor amongst a hobo. It's a way of life that just live off the land and community with other people. So he said, now that you've given me a ride, he said, now I have to do something for you. I have to do some work for you or something. And I was like, well, I don't have any work to do. And that's when Emmett said, well, would you like to have a sandwich and a beer with me? I told Emmett that I wasn't generally in the habit of having beer and sandwiches before 8 a.m. He said, are you gonna let that little machine on your wrist tell you what to do, or are you gonna accept my kindness and generosity and have a beer and a sandwich with me? Good point, Emmett. Looks like I'm having a beer and a sandwich. Still raining a little bit. All right, Now we're back to where we started, and I have to move in a little bit further here to get out of the rain. But after we got some Mike's Hard Lemonade, which is apparently what he meant when he said beer and sandwiches, we went in, got some Mike's Hard Lemonade sandwiches, and then came down to the rest area here at the end of 19th Street. And I sat around with Emmett, and just so you know, he said if I ever shared his story, I couldn't use his real name. So his name's not really Emmett, but it's close. We sat around, and Emmett told me his story about how he used to be a metal worker in New York and had lots of houses and boats, and just decided it was so empty, and so hit the road and started just traveling around. Shared so much wisdom with me over the time that we spent together. And when we finally got to the end of our time and I got ready to take off, he told me that his time as a hobo was actually initiated by his dad. That his dad would bring hobos into their house and feed them, and his dad told him that when you feed a man, you're saying that you want their life to continue. As we got done with our time, Emmett took out his satchel, pulled out a big thing of pasta that he had gotten from someone. That was his food for the day. He looked at me and he said, "This is my food for the day, but I want to give it to you." I told him, "Emmett, I can't take your food, man. You have to keep that for yourself." He said, "No." He handed me his pasta and he said, "Take my pasta." And he put a hand on my chest and he said, "I want your life to continue." Oh, so overwhelmed. Such a beautiful moment. I started crying. He started crying. He said, "You have blessed me today. You've honored me with your attention. You have honored me with the compliments of listening and receiving my wisdom. You're a good man, and I want your life to continue. Take my pasta." Absolutely destroyed me. And in that time and space, I had beers and a sandwich. I received pasta, sustenance, and encouragement from Jesus himself. We're sitting here on Sunday, December 24th. I'm so encouraged by the person of Jesus, that Jesus came to earth, and that it says that there was nothing in him that we should be attracted to him, that he came to his own and his own received him not, that he was born in a manger, in a stall amidst animal feces, with a girl who was considered by her community to be a loose-moored woman, that she'd gotten pregnant out of wedlock, that he was born into circumstances that were less than attractive. And there were many people then that saw Jesus that looked on him as someone who was low in society, that they wouldn't be attracted to him, that he wouldn't have wisdom, that he would call his disciples and people to do things that didn't make sense, that were shameful. And buying this morning, going into the gas station and buying a beer at 8 a.m., that I felt this judgment of, I'm buying alcohol in the morning, like, I wonder what these people are thinking of me. And that same experience was so common with Jesus and following him. But the beauty of the person of Jesus is that as you engage him, that you engage the foolishness of his life by the world's standards, that you find this beautifully refreshing, encouraging, wise person who imparts life and encouragement and strength to you. I am having such a hard time continuing in this process of extraordinary life with Elijah. Back here in 2020, Oh, I am just persevering. It is so hard to keep up with this. And when I saw those trees torn down, and I saw Emmett's camp, all of his blankets and his cooler, everything piled up there, I looked across. I'd forgotten his word. When they pulled down the trees and I saw Emmett's camp, I remembered his word to me. I want your life to continue. I didn't know it February 28th, 2019, that Jesus planted a word, a prophetic word in me through the laying on of hands, man giving me the food that he needed to live, truly laying down his life for me. And that he imparted to me a word to keep me going. In due season, it came back to me. And Emmett, you are my extra and I am the ordinary. I toast you, sir. You are a good man. Thank you for ministering to me well. I receive you and I honor you as Jesus himself. I release to you the honor that I give to Jesus, the love and the affection that I give to him. I release to you by the power of the Spirit. Thank you for releasing the energy of Christ to me to continue moving forward in all that I have been given to do. I gave you a ride. You imparted the life of Christ to me. Thank you, my friend. So here on Sunday, December 24th, heading into Christmas morning tomorrow, I would invite you, my family, to consider well the life of Christ, the humble circumstances that he was in, the foolishness that he invites us to in the world's ways, and that Emmett could inspire us with new eyes to see the beauty of Christ and the life that he has for us. I'm going to continue on. Partaking of communion. So much. Man. If you subscribe to what I am doing, hit the button. Hit it and then get it. Hit the bell as well so you get notified with the new content. And if you loved this video, you didn't just like it, I love it. Hit the thumbs down button. I pray blessings on our lives together. I love you guys lots. And I will see you in the next video. Which, I don't think it starts now. This is not the best place to record. Got the interstate behind me. Oh, birds chirping. Yeah. I'm gonna move to another location, but the next video, it's gonna start very soon. I'm actually gonna sit here and finish my Mike's Hard Lemonade, 8 a.m. No big deal. I wish you all could meet Emmett. Man, he was a wise man. One of the best mornings of my life. Mike's Hard Lemonade, sandwich. I had to boast about him more. Postscript. When we went in to get beers, which turned out to be Mike's Hard Lemonades, he wouldn't let me pay. he said that he had to pay for me. He took out his money and he bought our Mike's Hard Lemonades, our sandwiches, and he was 19 cents short. But he took out all of his money and used all of the money that he had to buy me a beer and a sandwich. He was 19 cents short and apologized. I threw in my credit card and finished off the 19 cents, but he completely bankrupted himself to feed me. Such generosity. I've never had anyone completely bankrupt themselves on my behalf. I'm telling you, I had sandwiches and beer with Jesus. Man, so beautiful. Hope you guys have a great Christmas tomorrow.